let's talk about Harley Davidson, shall we? Hello YouTube, Regenerate Rider here. It is a chilly Friday afternoon. Yeah, this is the time of year where, you know, every motorcycle day is a hit and miss in this part of the country. Still it's a lot of rain, a lot of cold weather. I'm actually riding on a Friday because it's supposed to rain all weekend, so I wanted to get at least one day in. So here we are, and I'm already starting to get stuck in commuter traffic, which is terrible because this is so not a commuter road, but whatever. Anyway, hope everyone's doing great. What I want to talk about today is Harley Davidson. Some people who don't really pay attention to the internet, for those of you who don't, the 2024 CVO images have been leaked. Someone released one video, or it's a group of photos they took on their phone. I don't know what that is. A group of pictures they took on their phone of both the Street Glide CVO and the Road Glide CVO. But and those were open to a lot of speculation. A lot of people like, these are Photoshop, that's really not true, blah 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 blah. They looked authentic to me though. As someone who used to work in an industry where people Photoshop stuff all the time, which is advertising, they didn't look Photoshopped to me. I looked at those, I was like, those look legit. But anyway, it turns out that they probably are legit. And the reason for that is a patent filing, or a EPA file, or whatever their vehicle version of the EPA in Australia is, filing for Harley Davidson was done with the 2024 Street Glide CVO, and they had a picture of it, and it was exactly the same bike as in the spy photos. So I'll put the links to those down in the description. But essentially, Harleys, for better or for worse, they're upgrading their bikes. Few highlights for people who don't want to read through all the articles. You know, bear with me here. The Street Glide fairing looks like a combination of the old and new Indian Roadmaster. I know people are gonna be like, what? Yeah, it does. So it has integrated turning signal lights. They look like lights that run from a couple inches off the center light all the way to the edge, and they are built into the fairing. The fairing is a little bit more streamlined, so that is, and it has entirely different. It has a squared headlight, which, you know, looks nice, but it does look a little bit like Harley copied Indian, which is kind of ironic and funny at the same time. But that wasn't as far as Street Glide goes, that wasn't the most important thing to me. The fairing was, alright, there are people who've been adding lights to their existing fairings for a while, so I really don't think that was that big of a deal. But there were a couple other nuggets in there. Oh, that guy's turning, so I can go. There were a couple other nuggets in there that I thought were more interesting, that are more speculative. One was, it looks like the new Harley CVOs have a reverse gear. They have a different transmission in them than the existing Harleys do, and it looks like, if you've ever seen like the other touring bikes, like from like Honda, that have a reverse, they have a signature like bump up where the reverse gear is, and dang it if that new Harley doesn't have that bump in that exact spot. So there's a good chance that the next new Harley's could have a reverse gear, which is kind of interesting. The other big thing is that the engine is variable valve timing, which is something that Harley was talking about doing to appease the EPA, which is a huge step forward in engine design. What I don't know is how reliable it's going to be the first couple of years. Which brings me to the other point. Instead of going to just the 117, they are a 121 engine. So they get a 3 cubic inch or 4 cubic inch bump in size. The information on the I think it's Australian. The Australian site was actually just listing the 117 numbers, so don't exactly know how powerful that engine is, but it was interesting that they created a new displacement for the CVOs. But all that to me is gravy as far as I'm concerned. The biggest thing that I saw, and I think this missed a lot of people, and I think it's going to be a big, either a big huge win or a big huge no-no for Harley, is at least with the CVOs, the fairing doesn't have gauges. No gauges. No gas gauge, no speedometer, no tachometer, no battery. It is a big, gigantic LCD screen. Much like high-end automobiles, like you know, if you get like a GMC Sierra Denali or an AT4, how the dash is a computer screen. It looks like a dash, but it's not. It's actually a computer screen. That's what they're doing, and it is unmistakable. There's a photo of the bike from the back right, where you can see the fairing and where the gauges are, and where that Boom GTX screen is just one big giant LCD screen, and then it looks like there's a shelf, a lockable shelf where you could probably put any size smartphone or whatever in there, which solves the storage problem that's on the Street Glide. So those are the big updates for the Street Glide. It also has a different tank. The tank is different. Those were the big updates for the Street Glide. The Road Glide, I don't know what to say about the Road Glide. It has a different fairing, and I'm really hoping that the spy photos are just taken with a weird lighting or low resolution, and they didn't capture the capture it correctly, because ladies and gentlemen, it is fucking ugly. The front of it actually looks like a Challenger, which isn't bad. I had problems with my Challenger, but it certainly wasn't the aesthetics of the bike that I had a problem with. But the front of it looks like a Challenger. However, from the side, at least the photos that I saw, and I really hope that it was a case where like it wasn't fully assembled or something, it looked like a bean. Like if you took a Jelly Belly jelly bean and you held it up and were looking at it like this, and then you just tilted it that way, that's what the fairing looks like from the side. It's atrocious on like an epic level. I'm really hoping that there's like something there that wasn't assembled, but I don't know, because those are the only photos of the Road Glide that have been released. So we'll see what happens. And I mean, I guess it's a possibility this could all be bullshit, and none of this could have actually, it could actually be happening. But at least with the Street Glide, all the articles that I'm reading now are saying this is it. This is not a spy photo. This is not photoshopped. This is what the 2024 Street Glide is going to look like, and they're talking about it maybe being announced at the 120th anniversary celebration. I don't know if the Road Glide is going to be announced with it, or they're going to hold that off for another year. Because all I've seen is the Street Glide. But again, the Cycle World article that I posted that's down below in the links, the picture that it has there is the exact same photo from the spy photos that I saw. So if the street glide was accurate, I'm assuming the road glide is accurate too. But time will tell. And, you know, maybe somebody could look at me and say, I think that looks awesome. I don't. I think it's a huge miss. Whether or not you like shark nose fairing, I think that the pre-Project Mushmore fairing didn't look as nice as the post. I think that fairing has constantly gotten better over the years. But if it was complete in that side shot, Lord Almighty, that's one ugly fairing. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, this is Regiment Rider signing out. I'm still going to do a wow, this guy's gonna go. Oh no, he's not. I'm still gonna do a lighting episode, if you will, or lighting vlog. I haven't forgotten about that, but I did decide that given all this new stuff, you know, I figured I'd share the love and show the links and let people decide for yourself. So if you like this video, give it a like. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And this is Regiment Rider. I hope everyone has a great rest of the day and a great week ahead, and I will talk to all of you later. Bye bye.